Hi guys, I just wanted to check in with you to do a quick video because there's some things that I want to reflect upon or talk about with you guys as to an incident that took place this past weekend, which was October 9th. As I stated in a previous video, I participated in this year's Bethune-Cookman University's homecoming parade along with my school. In the National Academy. I'm still in my uniform because I just got out of school not too long ago. And a tragedy happened while some students and I were participating on the parade float as well as the festivities and getting, prepared for the event itself. One of the models that was supposed to be participating in the parade, a young lady by the name of Bethany, it's just really sad. She was one of the participants or models in the parade, and she was also one of the nail techs who was working on some of the models in the festivities along with myself. Tragically committed suicide as we were preparing for the festivities Saturday morning. It happened between 11 and 11:30 that morning. All of us were to meet at my bestie's house, my friend Latoya, 5:30 in the morning so that she can prepare to do their makeup. I did the majority of the nails. She did a couple of sets herself, Bethany did. She was supposed to have met all of us, at Latoya's house so that she can finish out the models and do their makeup, and she never showed up. Unbeknownst to us, this tragedy took place while the festivities were going on at the parade, so all of us was not aware of what took place until after the parade was over and some of us returned back to school. What really gets me about that situation is I had just seen her a few days before as we were working in the nail room of our school, working on the models and such. And she had small conversation with me. Very nice girl. She had 3 children. To my understanding, I believe they're 8, 5, and I believe 4 or 3. I can't even imagine. But according to reports, she took a gun and put it to her head and pulled the trigger around the presence of her boyfriend and her son, who were outside, washing the car while she was in the house. So all of us tried to turn this tragedy over in our minds, and we're trying very hard to understand why, how, when honestly you really can't begin to fathom, much less understand or figure out why would someone, take the courage or muster the strength to do such a thing. But to my understanding, she had a couple of issues that was going on in her personal life before it led up to this tragic event. And a lot of us, felt bad or guilty because, in her own way, she tried to reach out to some of us, as if to say, I just need someone to talk to, I need help. So, and she was such a nice girl. She was very sweet, very quiet. Very sensitive. Just certain things, you have no way of predicting or knowing. All I can honestly do is just pray for her and her children, because she left behind 3 children. 2 were in Georgia with relatives, and one, her oldest, was with her and her boyfriend at the time of this tragedy. And my heart goes out to her family, and her children. I can't even imagine. But I had just spoke with her, and I had seen her in school. She just had a lot of issues that none of us had any way of knowing. We had no idea. We could not fathom how deep her personal problems or her depression was. And I'm just finding out about some of this stuff from the last few days because my best friend called me first, and she made me aware of the tragedy on yesterday, which was Tuesday. So I went to school today, and I got details, some information from some of the students as well as some of the instructors, And everybody just feels terrible about what had happened because this was someone that we knew, someone that was around us pretty much on a regular basis, you know. And when you go to school with someone, or you bond or form a certain bond or friendship with certain people, and they're in your life, you know, for even a spell during that time, you become close to them, or you become familiar with them. So to have a tragedy touch home so close to you like that, it really impacts you. And the whole school is pretty somber right now behind the events that led up to her death. And she even requested no memorial. She didn't want a funeral. She just wanted to be cremated. She didn't even want to be remembered. And me being the person that I am, I just couldn't do that. I feel like this is one way for me to reach out to her or her family and just, you know, dedicate something in her memory. But guys, if you know someone who's in a similar situation as that, and I mean, she went to great lengths. She even called the suicide prevention hotline. She even checked herself into a treatment center here locally, to which, you know, none of that helped, to no avail. And finally, she just decided she couldn't take it anymore, and she just did it. So, guys, please, I'm telling you, if someone is reaching out to you, or they're showing signs of depression, or they're talking in a way that would, you know, raise your suspicion or make you believe that this person may harm themselves, listen. Because even though some of us did, you know, it was just certain things that we did not pick up on. But at the same time, you know, we're human. We can't beat ourselves up over things that we couldn't prevent or that we didn't know. You know, because she, even though she was a quiet, sweet girl, she, you know, did a very good job of hiding most of her problems that she had. She had a lot of personal demons and some, you know, issues that she was struggling with. So we really didn't have any way of knowing. But if you even think in the slightest that someone can have an issue or a problem, and they're reaching out to you and they're crying for help, do all that you can to just embrace them, wrap your arms around them, and tell them that you don't have to be alone. You don't have to go through the things that you go through alone. Because even if you feel like no one else is walking beside you, God walks beside you every day. My children would have been enough strength in itself to, you know, keep me from doing such a thing, harming myself, and then hurting them in the process, because this will impact her children for the rest of their lives. And she was an excellent mother. From what I understand, she was a wonderful mother to her 3 children. So, if you know of anyone, someone you love, even a close friend, that means the world to you, and they're having issues, and they're trying to reach out in their own way to let you know that they're having problems, or they're crying for help in their own way, even if it means for you to be a little pushy or nosy, get involved. You could prevent such a tragedy like this from happening. So I just wanted to dedicate this video to Bethany and her family and her friends, and from International Academy, as well as myself, on behalf of our school. Our heart and our prayers go out to her and her loved ones in their time of bereavement. I can't even imagine. I really can't. But I just hope that she's found the peace that she's been seeking, because she's been in pain for a long time now. So I plead with you guys, if you know someone who's in pain and they're reaching out for help, do all that you can to get involved, to help your loved ones, people that you care about. My friend and I, Latoya, we are currently involved in a situation to where we have another friend that we're concerned about, and, you know, we're just hoping and praying that she'll be okay, because we haven't seen her in a while, and she may possibly be in an abusive relationship with, you know, the father of her children. So we just, you know, are going to do all we can to get involved to prevent, you know, such a thing from happening, whether it's self-inflicted or, you know, someone inflicting pain upon another person. It just needs to stop. It all has to end. But this is my dedication to Bethany Davis And I just want to let her know that our hearts are with you, and you're in our thoughts and our prayers. Whether you want us to be or not, this is what I felt strongly in my heart to do. So I'm sending you all my love and prayers, and may God have mercy on your soul. Peace, y'all.